Hey, my name's Roger. I've had a difficult time trying to get solid information on the installation of one of these double din stereos that we bought off of Amazon. It was a pretty good deal for a stereo. I think it was like $65, something like that. And it's got a flat screen, all kinds of capabilities, Bluetooth and things of that nature. Now, the issue has come in the fact that the description, like the installation, is either non existent or it doesn't make sense. And here's the manual that came with the item. Well, let me start with the actual. Okay, so it's, as you can see, it's about like a 3x5 card. And, hi buddy. And there's some small items in here. And so this is the first issue that I ran into, is this description, the basically the pinout on these pins does not actually match the unit itself. So be careful with this. Now, the place where you can find an accurate pinout, and I've already got the brackets connected up to it, is on the bottom of the unit. This is what the animal looks like. There's the front. There's the back. We've got the camera in and a couple of audios, antenna, things of that nature. And this is where the give you a full shot of what it looks like. And so the one that you can depend on, and let me do it right side up for you, is the pinout on the bottom of the unit. There are a few wires on here that are going to go completely unused that plug into the back of it. And so first off, for orientation, there's a wiring harness that I've ordered from Metra, and I don't remember the number, but just go to Crutchfield FJ Cruiser. It's a 2007 or whatever your vehicle is. And then this, and what it does is it creates a translation between the two. And so with that, you will end up, the black connectors are the connectors that go into the back of the unit. And then the white connectors are the Metra harness. And so a lot of the translation, if you will, or a lot of the challenge happens with, there's a bunch of wires coming off of the back of this unit that either don't match up or don't make sense, don't know what to do with them. And so just like with any standard stereo, you have switched power. This is illumination. This is constant power, the antenna, ground, and then there's a bunch of speaker wire. And so all that's pretty straightforward. You're going to go like purple to purple, purple with a black stripe to purple with a black stripe. They did a pretty good job, or a really good job with this. But coming off of the back of the unit is a different story. And so you have these three wires. There's an orange with a black stripe, and then a brown wire. And so what I've done is just tuck these back and heat shrink them to get them out of the way. There's one of them is having the unit either parking brake on or having it in park to be able to actually watch a DVD. I don't really want DVD capabilities on this. This is the vehicle for a teenager, so I'm bypassing that function. It still sits there. Now, the reason that we're making the video here is because this pink wire is not mentioned anywhere in any other videos or what it was that I was looking at. And what this pink wire is a trigger for the rear view camera. And so the rear view camera has two connections. There's the other side of this RCA connection. So not trying to be confusing. Here we're at the head unit and we're in the front of the vehicle. This is the signal that brings the video. This is the signal that tells the rear camera to actually show on the unit itself. So the little 7-inch screen comes up and boop, it's a rear view camera. And so that's that side. And so go to your RCA cable that's going to your rear view camera. And I've soldered these and I've heat shrinked them. I don't know, it might be a little too much, but just trying to do that and do it well. But connect one of these little red pigtails to the pink wire that goes to the rear view camera. Now I'm gonna set that down and I'm gonna go to the other side. On the other side of this pigtail, you can see it's a 6-meter cable. I don't know, that's what they say. And so that is going to the rear view camera is sitting right here. And the pigtail has the same sort of configuration on this side. So as I indicated at the head unit, that red wire is basically an output. On the back, this is all going to be mounted on the back of the vehicle, and I'll show you the reason that I'm doing it this way here in just a second. But on the back of the vehicle, this is an input, and this needs basically 12 volts to turn on the camera. And then over here, this is the 12 volts with a power and a ground, just a very basic connection in order to power on the LEDs. And I don't know if that nomenclature is completely correct, but the way I understand it is this is turning on the LEDs and this is turning on the actual camera. I might be a little bit wrong with that, but it definitely works in this configuration. And so the actual camera mounts upside down in the back. I'm going to mount that up and I'm going to run a 12 volt or a wire that's going to carry 12 volts alongside with this RCA cable. And so hopefully that was clear enough. All this is going to be sitting basically back there. And I'll show you why I have it set up like this right now. So this, I'm going to get a regular Toyota FJ Cruiser switch. I have to go online and order it. So I got this fairly big ugly switch from AutoZone yesterday. And I've got the power side spliced into, and I'll show you in just a second before we go to the back. But I have this spliced into constant power. And so when you flip this switch, it's going to give 12 volts on this. And then this will be the thing that I will run alongside the RCA cable all the way to the back. And I'm going to pop the trim off and tuck this stuff away and make it look really nice and professional. And so let me show you exactly where that's coming from. I've got these little kits that are extremely helpful if you want to splice into a particular, in this case, the